Welcome painters! In this video I'll present my recommendations on how to apply a transfer to your miniature. Transfers are a cool and fast way to really make your miniature pop. No paint necessary. It almost feels like a cheat code, but for many different miniatures, transfers are an invaluable tool to use. Especially Space Marines and Bretonnia springs to mind, but many other miniatures can make good use of waterslide transfers, like on larger banners, shields and other large flat areas. If you follow along at home, you're going to need a few tools before we can begin. First and foremost, some transfers.
Well, duh.
A gloss varnish, a matte varnish, a hobby knife, a bit of paper towel and a soft pointy brush, a pair of tweezers and some hot tap water inside some sort of container large enough to contain your transfer. With that at your side, you're all set to apply your transfers. The miniature I'm presenting in this video is a Space Marine that comes from the Getting Started with Warhammer 40,000 set. I've painted it up as an Ultramarine and already applied the first of 2 transfers before filming this video. Space Marines can make very good use of transfers, but so do many other miniatures from varying game systems and worlds. In the end of this video, I'll also talk a bit about how to make good care of your unused transfers if you don't plan to use them in the near future. So, without further ado, I present to you 6 steps on how to apply waterslide transfers. Ensure the surface onto which you intend to apply the transfer is clean, grease and dust free. The surface should preferably be a gloss finish. The more gloss the finish, the more likely successful adhesion will take place and the less likely the carrier film will show up. That's why I'm using some art coat from Citadel. I'll apply it all over the shoulder pad, like this. If you hit any areas that's not intended for this, don't worry, we'll fix that later. Just like so. And then I will leave it to dry for about, 10 minutes. For the second step, I strongly recommend that you have some sort of cutting mat, like this one I have right here. Then we take our transfers and cut the transfer we want from the sheet, allowing a margin of baking paper around the image. Do not cut into the printed image unless you are deliberately reducing the area of transfer to be applied. A set of tweezers is extremely useful and highly recommended for gripping the baking paper while you work with the transfer. So, here I go. Just nice and slow. Here it is. Now we are ready for step 3. Immerse the transfer in hot tap water for about 20 seconds. Transfer release times can sometimes vary, so if you see it loosening under the water, you're ready to go. And likewise, if the transfer hasn't loosened enough, give it 5 to 10 seconds longer underwater. The container of water should preferably be large enough to accommodate the full flat transfer. When release has occurred, remove the transfer from the fluid, still sitting on the baking paper, mind you. Position in the required location and hold the image in place with the tip of a brush, while sliding the baking paper out from underneath. Then make some final adjustments to the position and allow to dry for a few moments. Then gently dab the excess water off with an absorbent piece of paper. And as I mentioned, once you are satisfied with the location, gently dab it with some paper towel. Very gently. Then you need to ensure that there are no air or water bubbles trapped beneath the transfer and the surface by gentle outward stroking with a soft pointed brush toward the edges of the transfers. I'll just take a look here. It doesn't really seem like it, but just to be safe, maybe a little bit here. Then just leave the transfer for now and let it dry completely on its own. I would actually recommend a full 24 hours of drying time. So I'll see you tomorrow. A full 24 hours came and passed, but thanks to the power of editing, 1 second went for you. Anyways, I've waited a full day and now I'm sure my transfer is completely dry. And then we can perform the very last step, which is to add a matte varnish. I'm using Storm Shield from Citadel for this. This serves two purposes. First, it will remove the shine from the gloss we applied in step 1. Second, and far more importantly, it will seal and protect your transfer from wear and tear on the gaming table. I will always recommend finishing off your transfers with a layer of matte varnish, but I will most definitely insist on it if the transfer is placed in a location where the miniature will typically be handled when moved around on the gaming table. And once this has been added, let it dry for about 15 minutes, I'd say, and the transfer is complete. Also, we use this anywhere where you accidentally hit the model with some gloss varnish to remove the shine once again. This really is an effective way to add transfers. The varnish will also remove the outline from where the transfer ends. So I definitely recommend this process. Like so. Before I end my video, I just want to talk a little about caring for your transfers in general. It is important to keep your transfers dry, needless to say, so be sure to store them away from liquid, moisture or dampness. Next, if the transfer remains unused for a long period of time, you may notice a slight yellowing of the transparent film. This can be removed by exposing the transfer to sunlight. Simply place the sheet in a sunny position, such as a windowsill. The brighter the sunlight, the faster will film become clear again. In summer, a few hours is normally sufficient. At other times of the year, it may take 24 hours or even longer. With that said, I hope you found these 6 tips for applying a transfer useful. If you take good care of your unused transfers, you can easily use them in the future for many years to come. Applying transfers is a cool and quick way to enhance your painted miniatures. Enjoy the process and feel free to show me some examples on Instagram of your painted minis with or without transfers at Stender Painting. Other than that, if you have any questions or comments, then feel free to post them below this video. Also, help me out by leaving a like for the algorithm gods and also share this video with a friend who would like to apply transfers to his or her miniatures. Thank you for watching and happy painting!